Look.
Listen.
Taylor.
Taylor, I was so excited about my brand new keyboard, but it looks like Aaron already has it, so I'm just throwing it in the trash, so I'm not a Caleb, because I got the Famicom 8-bit do, 8-bit do, retro keyboard with the Japanese on it, so I can type in Japanese. Geese, hello. It's so much fun. Can you hear it on the recording?
I won't type in Japanese, but I do, in fact, have the same keyboard. I love how it feels.
Oh, by the way, this is a podcast about Pokemon and other things. This week, it's episode 90. Sound like an ocean. 95, where we're going to talk about Pokemon Horizons, episode 47, and as aforementioned, other things.
Where are you recording, Geese? And why do you have a guitar behind you?
I'm at Aaron's. Everything is a bit disheveled because Aaron's moving tomorrow.
Geese Peep, can we move on to Geese's Geese of the Week before we move on to Watching, Playing, Eating, before Taylor has something to say, before we move on to Poke News of the Week, before we move on to episode discussion?
Before we move on to thanking Professor Ticklebits for the boilerplate.
Before we move on to RDFine's question of the week.
So what's Geesin' with Geese?
Goodbye, guys. Geese say goodbye 3 times.
4 times. What's Geesin' with you?
I saw the Northern Lights last Friday.
Guess who's jealous?
You guys, guess you're in Southern California, so that would track. But it was cool. It wasn't as colorful as I expected. It looked gray, kind of a little green, but it was really sick watching the lights dancing up in the sky. Aaron and I drove an hour north and stopped at some farms and looked up in the sky.
Was that Canada by the time you went an hour north?
No, not yet, Canada.
That's so sick, Geese.
Yeah, it was sick. It was like you could see the lights moving.
Whoa.
It was the first time I've seen it. And I'm glad I saw it. We almost didn't go. And I was like, I'm going to regret this if I don't.
Tell me, what was the voice in your ear telling you not to go saying?
I'm tired and hockey's on. But I pushed through.
Guys,
good for you, Geese.
The moral of today, of this week's episode of Pokemon, is push through. And perhaps you'll see an Aurora Borealis. Geese Peep, what you went to the marshes of Hokkaido? What's going on?
I went to Horicon Marsh.
That's almost Hokkaido.
That sounds
yeah, it is.
Sounds like something from like a fantasy setting.
Lord of the Rings presents
Horicon Marsh
and Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
It was really sick.
What a nerd Geese Peep is.
Going to the
you
marsh.
Like my birds of the Southwest shirt?
What happened to your Birds of the Northeast shirt?
I don't have one.
Oh, you need one.
Is it the same company that does all the regions?
Pokemon Company?
I couldn't tell you, but I saw some pretty cool birds. Do you want to hear some of them?
Sure. Yes?
Yeah.
Wow. Can you guys be a little bit more excited?
I'm on the edge of my seat, Geese Peep.
I'm in an office chair, finally.
Nice.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
Just making sure his posture's good.
We saw a trumpeter swan.
Nuh-uh.
A forester's tern.
A liar, I hear.
A purple martin.
A purple martin.
A redhead.
Oh, these are just people, Geese Peep.
Those were the highlights.
That's so sick.
What's it like going into a marsh? Like, you're not afraid of alligators, right?
Yeah, there's no alligators in Wisconsin.
That's the start of a great sci-fi original movie.
Yeah.
There's no alligators in Wisconsin, and then there's just a giant one.
We also, the day before we went to the local park to go birding, some pre-birding.
Ooh.
And there was this older couple taking photos of something on a log. And so I went over and I was like, what are you guys seeing? The lady was very excited. She was like, slime mold. She was telling us about how she likes to track the slime molds. And
so you were going birding and she was going molding. Is that correct?
Exactly.
That's
yes.
sick.
I hope Geese Peep was breaking in her marsh galoshes on the pre-bird trip to the moss fields.
No, I just wore some sneakers. The galoshes would be too hot.
There's no way you went to a marsh in sneakers, Geese.
A Martian sneakers.
We didn't go wading in the water.
Why?
I guess you don't care that much about getting the perfect shot of a bird.
Where do you think those yellow-tailed, blue-plumed pheasants are?
Those yellow bellied Martin Lawrences.
It was so hard not to say bellied.
Yeah.
To the point of the story of why I brought that up, we got to talking with this couple and we told them that we were birding and they were like, oh, we also are birders. We're going to Horicon Marsh tomorrow. And we were like, we're also going to Marsh tomorrow.
Did you drive together?
No.
Geese Peep. What, you don't care about the environment? You don't care about saving on fuel, rising costs?
Let's take 4 cars, guys.
No. Classic Geese.
They went early because they signed up for a photography class and we didn't sign up for that.
You could have still gone.
Every day of my life is a plan to wake up at 9 a.m. and every day of my life is me waking up at 11 a.m. Except for that one day yesterday where I finally saw, I had to look up the name of it, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
How was it?
Well, hold on. Geese Peep, are we prepared to move on to watching, playing, looking, eating, listening?
I'll allow it.
Geese allows it. Now, moving on to watching, playing, and eating. Guys, in my watching playing this week, I went to the IMAX theater and saw, let me read it again, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I want to keep saying of the and add more words, like fall of the rise of the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's a great movie, guys. So much fun in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Fun, sick adventure. You get your new party members. You go to different locations. You learn cool lore. You get all these cool battle action, sick sequences. When that movie was over at the climax, everybody was cheering in the theater.
Wow.
It was so sick.
I have still only seen the second one.
Yeah, I've lost track of how many new of the Planet of the Apes there are, but this was a fun one. This is a good one.
The advertisements, every time I saw promotional material for that movie, I just kept thinking, man, I'm not interested in this.
Yeah, bad previews. None of the previews looked good to me, but I had a great time in that theater. I was laughing. Well, not really laughs, but I mean, I was laughing. It's not a comedy.
Well, I mean, Downfall of Humanity.
Here's the thing. Rocco of Mega 64 prefers the older Planet of the Apes because there was more comedy in them. And these ones don't really have comedy, but it's still a real fun movie. I recommend it. So as such a fan of the franchise, have there been any instances of a character slipping on a banana? Not that I recall.
That seems like a missed opportunity.
And then another film I watched, much less of it's a Japanese film by the name of Evil Does Not Exist. It was made by the same person who did the film Drive My Car.
I'm so excited about that movie.
I could have seen it with the director in a Q&A, but once again, I think I was sleepy or something. So I just saw it normal. This is one of those movies I don't want to say anything about because you just need to experience it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
But it is not the same vibe as Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I will second they are very different vibes.
Much more of a comedy.
Nobody cheering. Yeah, okay. But there were laughs in the theater. There's some good. It's so annoying reading the subtitles. And then you say to yourself in your very basic Japanese knowledge, that's not always absurd. It happens so many times. I get what they're doing. I get what they're trying to do, but it's just like, what they're saying is just the same old, like sumimasen, arigato. And then in the bottom, it's just like different English phrases. They're just trying to get the vibe right. It's fine.
I mean, localization is different than translation.
It's localization. It's fine. Although, guys, as much as I loved Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I will say I was in the theater because I watched Evil Does Not Exist the next day. And at AMC, they have the Nuvi trivia before the previews. And the Nuvi trivia was, what screenshot is this film from? And it shows you the screenshot. And I just looked at the screen and I went, God, I don't know. And then it says, it's from Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And I just burst into laughter in the theater. Oh, that's good.
That's fine. It was
good.
probably like a tree with
Probably
like
a
a piece of rust next to it.
It was the main character. Just anyway, in video games, I played Animal Well, which I was having a lot of fun with, but now I'm getting a little bit frustrated with it. I just need to have more patience.
Well.
Got him.
Thank you, Geese. Because anytime somebody says "well," I always picture that picture of 3 wells. You know, the big one, the middle one.
Order.
Yeah. That says well.
Yeah. This is, of course, Big Mode Games, the first game published by Donkey's Company, publishing company. It's probably a great game because the reviews are fantastic, but I just kept getting frustrated because I was trying to do this little section, and every time you'd fall in the water, it would send you so far back, and I'd have to do these 3 puzzles again, and I just felt like,
I haven't played it yet, but I know that so here's my issue. I'm not a game-loving gamer. I love systems, and I love difficulty. So the more systems a game has, which this is why action RPGs appeal to me. When I see something that's mainly platforming, I'm not signing up for day one.
Well, it's free on your PlayStation Plus. Also, it says you've played it. Maybe you launched it or something.
I have it downloaded. I haven't played it though.
So it's a big old puzzle, big old Metroidvania. And I shouldn't have taken a 3-day break, because if I had played it every day, I think I'd be more engaged. But because I took a few days off, now I'm just staring at the map, confused on where to go, and it's a little bit frustrating.
Huh? It happened to me with Hollow Knight.
I'm gonna get back to it. I'll probably be. Look, some people don't like review scores. I love review scores. They are very useful to me. The fact that the review scores are so high makes me need to give it a few more chances before I give up on it.
The only issue is that's definitely going to be affected by Donkey. Even though he hasn't been like over promoting the game, which I really respect him not saying, "Ooh, look at the game I'm making." I think a lot of people are getting that because of him, and they'll throw a positive review on there just because it's him.
Well, there's a lot of people now, it's in vogue to dislike Donkey, which just makes me laugh. He's one of the funniest human beings to ever exist, and just people talking about how bad he is or how unfunny it is.
Really?
Well, everybody who's popular gets these group of people
that's
that
fair.
hate it. But it's just because I know how funny he is, seeing criticism about him that says he's not funny, I don't even know how to react to it. It's like they're, I don't know. It's like they're
while he is like
different senses of humor.
No,
you don't get.
Oh, okay.
Anybody who says he's not funny is not as funny as him. I can promise you that.
So
Donald would find Donkey hilarious. Let's put it that way.
It's not like he's a person in a friend group. This is a guy with millions and millions of people who say like he's hilarious. So you could as close to objectively say he's funny. He's also very insightful, which is the really cool juxtaposition on his channel. Is he'll do these absolutely, like, I don't know a YouTuber that's made me laugh out loud more than he has.
Dang, we should get paid by him for this ringing endorsement.
Well,
he's great.
I've spoken to him multiple times.
He's very delightful and kind of shy.
Yes, and his wife.
Oh, I know.
Is
I've run into him many times.
Well, you never say hello. But anyway,
talk to him about birding.
Time to move along. In Eaton, I went to Bloodso's Barbecue, ate a brisket sandwich, and incredible blackberry cobbler. I recommend it, and I told the man, guys, look, if you want to make a lot more money, you need to chop up this brisket, and you put it in your chips and queso. You can charge more. It's more exciting on the menu. It's because they're trying to be a Texas-style place in Los Angeles. Brisket queso is on a lot of Texas menus, so sell it. People will love it. It tastes good, and they better take my advice. Geese Peep, please tell us this week what's in your watching plan, such as Manor Lords and Northern Exposure, perhaps.
Okay, so I know I talked about Manor Lords last time, but I've been playing it a lot, and my town is doing really well. However, raiders are going to come soon, and I'm ill prepared.
Did they announce when they're coming?
Yeah, they do.
How could you call yourself a raider?
I don't know.
It is polite.
But so I spent last night planning for like 2 hours, like, where am I going to put my manor house? And how am I going to get the timber for the gates? And I was like, I'm going to build it here. Wait, no, that doesn't look right. But I need it to be protecting my village. Or do I? I don't know.
Make some trenches.
Are there not great
do that.
Manor Lords videos and guides out there for you to follow?
There's not a lot. It's so early in access. Like, a lot of things are not super well known. It's early in the early access.
I mean, it's not incorrect what you're saying. It's just
a funny sentence.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm just paralyzed by choice and also
option paralysis. That's
decision
real.
paralysis is the actual correct term. Go ahead, all three of you. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm also I didn't plant enough rye, and so I think my villagers are going to starve, and I'm so anxious. I don't know.
This is terrible. This is a terrible development, Clambos.
I know.
I'm sorry, Geese. That sucks.
But what about Northern Exposure? Is there good news there?
Oh, I've just been watching Northern Exposure because my mom is watching it. Have you guys ever watched it before?
Is that the Ice Road Truckers show?
No, it's a sitcom. Or is it a sitcom?
Oh, no, then.
It's a show from the 80s.
Wait! It's made by the guy who did Sopranos, right?
I don't know.
Hold on. I think I need to watch this. Actually.
No, it's like...
Is it David Chase?
I don't know. Way. It's like a sitcom where it's like a laugh track or anything.
David Chase is the showrunner for Northern Exposure. Please continue.
Yeah.
It's easy. I'll say it's easy watching.
Easy.
It's I don't know. It's fine. It has a good theme song.
Nice.
I bet it does if it's David Chase.
I don't know. I think you would like it. I haven't been watching it in order because I just watch it whenever my mom's watching it. So like I'm a couple seasons in, but it's basically the premise of the show is that there's a doctor who has to work. I can't remember why. He has to go to Alaska or somewhere remote to work for some reason. So he's in this remote town in Alaska, and he's like guy from the city, and he like is smarmy and he hates it there. I like it.
I need to watch that, and I need to watch House, because I keep getting recommended House clips on little shorts and Instagram reels, and I keep going, man, I want to watch this stinking show.
The weird thing is, House is one of those shows. I would also understand if somebody said this about the show Succession, where it functions almost better in clip form.
YouTube shorts? All right, I'll just keep watching the clips then.
I would have to agree, having watched a lot of House. Yeah.
All right, never mind. I take it all back.
When you watch the whole episode, you're like, oh, man. Everyone's a doctor, huh? Okay. But in clips, you're like, oh, that's so sick.
Geese Peep, are we prepared to moving on to Taylor's Watching Playing and Eating of the Week?
Yeah.
Taylor, take it away. I'd say I'd set you up, but you never say what you wrote.
Exactly. Because I always forget. I write it and then I forget it.
That's why we look at the doc when we do the thing.
Oh, I can't look at the doc. I'm still in Costa del Sol. I am still there. Any more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I start looking for those little zip lines, and I say,
wait, those zip lines like the worst part of the game. I hate those zip lines. Don't worry about the zip lines. Do that quest later. There's a million other quests.
Those darn zip lines. Well, it's my goal. Like, I'm trying to treat it in like very segmented.
Terrible goal, by the way. I also got annoyed trying to find those zip lines. Just do the million other things and find the zip lines like right before you fight super optional boss or something.
I did get very excited when I heard the kind of jazzy music that was playing in Walmart in the first remake.
Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart.
Did you just say Walmart?
No. Why would I say that? Walmart. I made onion soup, and I had kind of an interesting realization. I always have known that I don't really use recipes, but I was trying to remember the original recipe that I based my recipe on, and I can't. I can't at all.
You showed a picture or a video. Are you making kebabs?
Yeah, I did I got this habanero honey from this bee, or it's like a...
This bee, I know.
I mugged this bee. This just big old bee.
My bee boy.
But there's a honey company up in Montana that's like a bunch of students, and they like go to competitions and stuff. And I always buy honey from them whenever we go to Bozeman. So they had habanero honey, so I mixed that with some sriracha.
It's time. Geese people, get prepared. It's time for Poke News.
Poke News of the
week. First off, we're getting another Master Ball in Pokemon Go, so get very excited. That event is live now, so catch hundreds of Pokemons, get a bunch of excellence, throw a bunch of berries. It's runs from 10 a.m. local time, May 14th. I don't know why it says from, because the Masterwork research, it doesn't go away, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you used any Master Balls in Pokemon Go?
Nope. I caught a Galarian Moltres with a Pokeball on an auto catch
Really?
Pokeball plus. Yeah, Joe Merrick, Sarah B. Joe, lost his mind. He said, "Oh my God, that's so lucky." And I said, "Is it luckier than a 4-star shiny?" And he said, "Yeah." And I went,
It really is. Because I caught one with a Ultra Ball, and people were calling me lucky.
Yeah, I got it with the Pokeball, one single try, Pokemon Go plus auto catch. Very sick. I was excited. But yeah, I guess there's a little event that says it goes from May 14th, goes to May 14th, May 19th. I don't think that's that important, because in my actual list of quests that don't expire is my new Master Ball. So just get excited about that. Moving along, we have 2 giveaways to cover for Scarlet and Violet. First off, a Gyarados to celebrate the Asia Championships has been revealed. This is until June 30th. You can download this competitive Gyarados. The code is Gyarados2023SG. And then the second giveaway for Scarlet and Violet, Geese. This is applicable to us. A new distribution has been announced. Receive a Quaxley based on Dot's Quaxley with a code that will be revealed in the episode of Pokédoko on May 19th. So that's coming up. Get excited. Everybody, Mina-san, it's time to discuss an episode of Pokemon. It's episode 47 of Horizons. We are now in the Terestal Debut season. You two figure out what order to give us a last time on Pokes and an English and a synopsis, please. Take it away.
Last time on Pokemon, we firmly establish that we are in the region from Scarlet and Violet. Kids are going terastalizing. Got to do a little test. Let's go.
Okay. So the name of the episode that we're talking about today in English is Liko and Floragato. Put all your heart into it.
Or in Japanese, Liko to niarote, kokoro komete.
And today's synopsis is, don't let a sweet demeanor fool you. There is bitter where there is sweet.
Ooh. Let me try Japanese one more time. Liko to niarote, kokoro komete.
I thought you were going to say, let me try Japanese real quick.
Sugoi. I had to look up that kanji for kokoro. Looks like a container of beans that the lid is falling in.
Show you some beans.
So if you ever see a container of beans with the lid falling into it, that is pronounced kokoro. All right, everybody, it's time for Pokemon. The children, Liko, Roy, and Dot, are on their way to Katie, the gym leader, for the first basics test for Liko. Very exciting. Now,
if you were in this trio, would you want to be the first one or the last one?
You never want to be the first.
I that's the weird thing. I always want to be first.
Really?
Yeah. For pretty much everything. If there's like a big class selection and who wants to go first, I'm always like, me.
So do you see it as, since there's no expectations, it's fine? And then if somebody does better than you, it's not like they're going to be thinking back to you anyway?
I think that's where it originates. Either that or there's also like a thing that I do whenever I'm afraid of doing something. I have to do it.
All right. Guys, we're making a big old long trek here. Lots of walking. Poor Dot, Geese.
She needs to exercise more.
Yeah, she's exhausted. Oh my God, though, they finally reached the city of Cortondo. Cortondo! Your choice how to pronounce it. Oh, it's so nice. You see, Clambos, the great Salami, the brave Olivine is still being repaired. So, look at all these Smolives walking around. And there's Taylor, there's a Heracross. He's helping with the moving the baskets of the berries.
I got a little bit salty when I saw that because I just remember doing 7 Heracross raids, not one shiny.
Yeah. I don't know why in the soundtrack at this point they were using the sad, concerning music.
Yeah, I was also.
I think they were trying to capture some, like, they have like 7 tracks. So I think they went for closest to Sleepy Little Town.
It's just put me on edge. It's just like, what's wrong? Somebody die? I don't understand. But no, they're just some bugs. Oh, hey, look, there's a Swaloon, a Spinnerack, a Tarantula. They're all helping out in this city. Look at a Nimble hopping by. What murders? We see some Vivian flying by. It's Bug City over here.
Misty would hate this place.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Now, we haven't revealed how we feel about this episode, but I will say I fear that Taylor and Geese's scores are going to be knocked down a couple percentage points because of this next scene where we get Liko monologue, nervous Liko, back to the old days. She's scared about being the very first to have to do a test.
It was realistic, though.
Yeah, I also thought the same thing. And it also wasn't something that she was repeating to like the audience member that we already knew.
Yeah.
Like, it was an internal dialogue that made sense. Like,
and it wasn't unreasonable. It wasn't like, oh, was everybody going to notice I wore this color of socks yesterday?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then never mind. Now we get Fuecoco and Roy sniffing something tasty. Oh my God. It's the patisserie soapberry straight out of the video games.
They did, when they were talking about going in the trials and everything, before they run off to get food, Roy makes a very good point that I hadn't thought of, because I was like, oh wow, Liko, I'd be nervous too. I understand doing this big old test with this new, take 2. This brand new transformation, first time doing it, totally understand you're being a little bit nervous, a lot of uncertainty in the water. And Roy says, Liko, you just fought Rayquaza. And I thought, Roy, that's a very good point.
Yeah, what are you nervous about? Not only Rayquaza, but Liko has, I believe, had interactions with mythical Pokemon and mythical ghost men, who are maybe the most important humans to ever live.
She owns an Arboliva.
Yeah, well, that's just normal Pokemon, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like a magic one.
Yeah, right. So turns out Katie, the first gym leader, also a patisserie. Is that how you pronounce it, Geese Peep? Famous French famous French scholar. Geese
they don't
Pip.
say the R though. They the
yes,
patisserie.
Floragato. I wonder if Euro Disney was.
I thought you were just gonna go Floragato. Oh, Floragato.
Floragato's yo-yoing Liko over. How long can I do that for? Taking a pause every second. Floragato yo-yos Liko over to all the sweets and treats. Fuecoco's losing it.
Wait. That scene is so disturbing because it is very forceful the way she like lassos her arm, tugs her. Like, I would imagine if your dog did that to you.
No,
I mean, to be fair, Ash was set on fire multiple times by Charizard.
Well, all the kids sit down, start eating up their treats. The server comes by and says, Dozo, here's your treats.
She's wearing a really cute maid outform that has a
outform.
Ah, yes. I remember my favorite outforms.
A cute spiderweb costume / maid outfit, like cafe maid outfit. It's very cute.
Uniform.
And in addition to a cute outform, she has a cutie fly with her. So that fits. Guys, the dessert looks tasty. And also, foreshadowing, maybe looks a little limited edition. When have we in the past had experience with limited edition treats? I wonder.
Also, shouts out because Wattrel gets to have some. Good to see him.
Finally, good to see him. He's still there. He's still kicking. I believe he tries to eat some of Fuecoco's meal, but Fuecoco quickly eats it before he gets a chance to steal.
It's such a cool typing too. Flying and electric.
It's a good time. I mean, rocks will still hurt it, but electric types won't hurt it as much. Everybody's eating, all the Pokemon sharing food. Very cute. And then Geese Peep,
Yeah.
another waiter comes by to ask how everything is, but who is this second waiter?
It's Murdoch.
Oh my god, he has to pick up shifts at the patisserie to pay for the ship?
I like that he has his little Al Creamy on it.
That Al Creamy is the cutest I've ever seen it. Every
I
time
know.
Al Creamy is on the screen, it's doing the cutest little mirroring of Murdoch's
Yes.
hand motions. And
And its little face, the
Yeah.
little grin. I was losing it.
she's having the time of her life. So yes, this soapberry patisserie is very popular, very famous, and they need all the help they can get. Also, Katie apparently is very cool and sick, and Murdoch can't stop going on about her because how good she is.
Reputation well earned. I really enjoy this gym leader.
But in the middle of their conversation, there's an interruption of a screaming Karen. What is going on? We hear a loud, giant disruption. What are the Karen Blast and Metapod gonna do?
When I'm listening,
When I'm listening my out form,
well, it's fine. Don't even worry
it's so
about it.
sick being completely fluent in a language.
Yeah.
Say whatever word you want. It's correct.
Conversational. When I'm listening, or my first reaction at least, to Sandwich throwing her tantrum, first thought, you're supposed to be undercover and you're causing a scene. Second thought, that's the best way to stay undercover. Imagine a spy, like a Russian guy, comes over and he's trying to get intelligence on I don't know how spies work, Geese. Don't give me that incredulous look. It's fine. It's fine. English is my first language too, so I won't misspeak.
No,
All
I'm
right,
serious, guys, though. When I think about it, it's just amazing you can be fluent in a whole language. Go on.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. We're all speaking.
And people can understand it too.
I'm thinking, if I was a spy somewhere, if I caused a scene, no one would be like, that guy's a spy. They'd be like, who, that obnoxious guy? No way.
Yeah, none the wiser. You're playing 4D chess.
You don't want to attract any attention to you because you don't want anyone to remember you. So you don't want to cause
If anybody's confused, remember the Explorers member, Songo, aka Coral in English. She's going by the code name Sanduichi right now. So that's who we're talking about.
I don't know why they didn't drop like the pretense and just be like, hey, why are you following us? Why are you in our class? Like,
I thought they were going to address it. Like, I really did. I thought this was the episode where they say something about it.
And Murdoch is like, to Dot, he's like, hey, isn't that Explorers girl? And she was like, yeah. And Murdoch was just like, keep an eye out on her. I'm like, that's it?
They're kind of accomplices at this point.
So, Sandwich, we're going to call her Sandwich from now on, which really solves this whole problem of us not liking the English name. So, shouts out. Sanduichi is throwing a giant fit because she can't get any of the limited edition tarantula sweets that the kids already ate. She's yelling and screaming at Katie. Glaylie's enabling her. There's a couple very funny things and amusing things that happen all real quick here. First of all, we see poor baby little Teddy Ursa. Oh, remind me, guys, to bring up something later in the episode when we discuss Teddy Ursa. Katie's little baby Teddy Ursa is just holding on to Katie's leg because she's so scared. He's so scared of yelling, screaming Sandwich. And then finally, Roy and Liko step up to the plate to stand up to Sandwich to tell her to calm down, stop yelling at Katie. First off, somebody says, was that, which I'm sure Taylor loved.
I was very excited.
And then Roy, something very funny is Roy is about to tell Sandwich how delicious those treats were, but Liko immediately stops him because she knows that's just going to set her off more. It was very good.
Yeah.
I do feel very bad for Sandwich. Like, that's not a place you want to be.
Never getting a treat?
Well, just like she cares about it. And it sucks that the one person who isn't getting to eat it is the only one who cares about it. Because
But
the other people aren't like, ooh, limited edition. They're like, oh yeah, it looks good.
She's just a scalper, though. She just wants to buy it to sell it, resell it. So
Can you do that with food?
if you do it quick enough, I'm sure plenty of people sold your little Gudetama stuff. Then we get to the scene Geese was talked about, where Dot and Murdoch finally address her being in the Explorers, and Murdoch, the adult in the room, finally walks up to Sandwich and sternly tells her, "I'm sorry, but we're out of the item. Don't know what to tell you." Then we get introductions all around of Katie to the kids. Al Creamy being the cutest little, oh my God, you just want to hug that
Precious baby.
baby angel.
Between that and Teddy Ursa this episode, very cute lineup.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty high score. And then after all these introductions, looks like it's finally time to start Liko's test. Oh no, God. Sandwich has got to ruin everything. First, we got a battle with Sandwich. Wait, nope. Since Liko's not allowed to terastalize outside of a gym leader battle, which I was not aware of that rule. That's for the anime. That's not in the video game. You could terastalize all you want in the video game.
I assume that was just because she's still in her testing phase.
Yeah, Katie says that students can't terastalize against each other.
And because of that, they're just going to do a cake battle instead, and everybody's going to bake a cake. Much like that other episode we watched where there was a big bake some food tournament. That's a big theme in this Horizons anime. We cut to the kitchen. We're going to make a cake. Floragato helps out Liko. They make a nice, what is that, a matcha cake, Geese? Looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
And
It looks incredible.
Yeah, they do a great job. Clearly, Murdoch has taught Liko very well how to make a cake.
I mean, they watched that one episode where everybody was baking a whole bunch, but yeah, there's no way that he hasn't been.
Yeah, there's no way. Unfortunately for Sandwich, she makes a terrible cake. And then Glalie just freezes everything in the room because she's being a little spoil sport, a sore loser. Katie scares her to death at this point in a very stern voice, tells her to leave, and she runs off. Luckily, Geese Peep, the cake tastes as good as it looks because everybody takes a bite and it's so delicious. And Katie says it's all because of strong feelings that the cake tastes delicious. So,
and Katie says that you worked hard and you worked well without having to practice first. Liko is like, you're right. I have to treat all battles like real battles, and I don't need a practice.
Yep. There's metaphors abound regarding these battles, cakes, and overthinking things. All right, we're going to cut to the gym battle arena above Soapberry Patisserie, and it's time for a commercial break. We come back, and I wrote, Dot brings up a good point. Guys, Liko has a grass type, Floragato, and grass types are weak to bug types, and Katie is a bug type gym leader. So what are we gonna do? Now then, very important note.
Yes.
Taylor, I hope you're listening. Geese People, I hope you're listening, because one of you two in the past have brought up, why don't people ever nickname their Pokemon? Well, looky here. Look at this episode. Katie has nicknamed her Teddy Ursa Kuma-chan.
I used to nickname my Pokemon other Pokemon names, so if I ever played anybody online, they would be really confused.
Got him. I thought online it switched all the names to their default name.
It probably did. This was Diamond and Pearl days.
Zoroark, though, would have the different name. Its ability is, unlike Ditto, because Ditto would still say Ditto, but it could look like other Pokemon and have their moves. But Zoroark had illusion ability where it would look like the other Pokemon and it would have the other Pokemon's name. So it would be extra confusing. But this is a very interesting development here. We have in the anime a nickname used, Geese.
It's cute.
Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Teddy Ursa is just a normal type Pokemon. There's nothing to be afraid of here. But true gamers know, tap your head like the guy. True gamers know that all these gym leaders they terastalize into their actual type that they're a specialty of, specializer and specialize. Just like in the Scarlet Violet video games. And now the battle starts. Floragato, use quick attack. Teddiursa, use charm and slash. Oh my god, Floragato is charmed. Magical leaf. Oh no, a sweet scent to stop the magical leaf. Slash. Oh god, poor Floragato. What's she gonna do?
I do really like the personality of Teddiursa in this fight.
Yeah, he's a little baby. Sweet scent, magical leaf. Slash. Oh my god, looks like Liko's crying. Now that she did a giant magical leaf to stop the sweet scent, it's time to give it her all and enjoy this battle. Terastalize, Floragato! And at this point, I'm thinking, oh no, this is a mistake. This is a bad idea. Because it's just going to be extra grass type. Floragato terastalizes and gets a big old giant grass type flower head. Gosh, I wish she had terastalized into something else. Because as you'll recall, Charizard's Terra type is dark and not fire, which helps him against Ceruledge quite a bit. Big magical leaf! It sends Teddiursa flying. Oh my goodness. But then Teddiursa gets back up. And then Katie terastalizes into bug type. And now, honestly, we know it's curtains from here. Liko, why are you using... Liko, do you not realize what's going on? She tells Floragato to use a big old magical leaf on this bug type. It's not going to do anything. And then Katie tells Teddiursa to use Fury Cutter. Oh no. That bug type super effective move on a terastalized Pokemon knocks Floragato right out of terastalization. She's done for. But don't worry, everybody. Liko still passes the test. Good work. Congratulations.
I kind of figured that's what it was. It didn't seem like she needed to win.
I guess. I don't know. I probably would have required her to win, but what are we going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I thought she was going to throw out Terapagos. That would have been clever.
That would have been... Just imagine what the gym leader would have done.
So Katie gives Liko a bug sticker on her Pokemon app. All because the Floragato and Liko worked together. Congratulations, everybody. We really did it.
Their hearts listened to each other.
And they terastalized at the right time.
They did do a very good job. And I think Liko's been really good with specific instructions in a lot of her fights. I like that. Okay, 2 questions. 1, is this her first gym badge?
No,
okay.
Remember
or is this just like she now has permission to use terastalizing?
Don't you remember she fought in Galar against Cinescorch?
Yeah, but their whole journey has been so weird.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Like, I think this is the first time they've said, oh, yeah, we're doing the Pokemon thing. Before
we're doing the Pokemon thing.
Well, like what you do in every Pokemon game, right? Like every Pokemon game, you go and get all the gym badges. This one, they've been like, okay, well, we're preventing a kidnapping. Now we're escaping a mansion. Now we're going after basically a ghost legend adventure type thing. Second question, they're still going to get the physical badges, right?
Huh.
Yeah, if she beats her, she can get a badge. If you're asking me, do they have plans to complete the league? I do not know.
Okay, sick.
Well, now it's tea time. We did it. Congratulations, everyone. And we cut to not sunset, not dusk, but the dead of night. Unbelievably.
I also noted that.
The kids are at a campfire. And Roy's losing it, going over Liko's battle for the umpteenth time. Are you guys like me? You've only heard teachers say the word umpteenth? Umpteenth? I've never heard teachers say that.
I don't even know that I've heard teachers say that.
Don't lie. Terapagos is snoozing away at night. Floragato's playing with her yo-yo. And Roy is pumped for his challenge next. And then the episode's over.
It was very abrupt. It was just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna okay, next time.
I was not using the tone of voice for the episode's over because it just ended. I was kind of surprised. That's it. Geese Peep, take it away with Professor Frito's Seminar of the Week.
Today's seminar is on the Little Bear Pokemon. Teddy Ursa. Teddy Ursa has a tendency to lick its own paws because they're soaked in what? Is it A, honey, B, miso, or C, water?
Honey.
They soak their paws in honey and they enjoy it. And they specifically enjoy
and it's good.
They specifically enjoy comb bees honey. They particularly enjoy comb bees honey. And we got another animation ending instead of a screenshot ending. And it's an animation of Teddy Ursa slapping some honey on some bread to make some sandwiches for Fuecoco and Captain Pikachu. Very cute.
And they're in a field of flowers as female comb bee fly in the background. Very adorable. Delicious honey sandwiches. Now, I actually do have a concern here, a question. We're going on about how Teddy Ursa specifically loves comb bee's honey. What other honey is he eating? Are there some other bees? Are Beedrill making honey?
No, Beedrill can't make honey.
Are there some bees in a different region we don't know about? Who's to say? Could be, perhaps.
They have to be.
Guys,
that has to be like a translation thing. Like they'll clean that up.
Maybe they'll clean it up. Guys, this episode has adorable scenes, Alcremie, unbelievably cute. We've got nicknames, we've got characters being cool, we've got delicious food, we got fun battles. I don't think you can possibly legally give this episode a low review. I think it's an easy 9.3 out of 10.
It was really funny because one of the notes that I took whenever Katie said, "Hang on, we're not going to have a fight. You guys are going to bake instead." I was like, this just went up 3 points for Geese.
Yeah, I literally said, now this is what I like. This is the battle I like.
That's what I call pod racing.
Great
exactly.
British, great Galarian bake-off.
I really enjoyed this episode. I liked the variety of things that happened. I liked whenever there's an episode where there's a lot of...
Take it away with the guitar solo.
Whenever
there's wrapping it up so it wouldn't make a noise. And then it just unfurled quickly and hit the thing.
The cool thing is it sounds like part of the Mad God soundtrack, which is real sick.
Whenever there's an episode where the Pokemon are seen interacting with each other and having
Geese,
a good
you're
time.
Fighting just a tidal wave of sound effects. It's like you're doing maintenance at the bottom of the ocean. Anyway, Geese, what were you saying about
Geese taking away? Geese go
something
ahead.
cute or something?
Whenever there's an episode where the Pokemon interact with each other and have a good time, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, remember
did we
Geese, you remember when all the Pokemon were eating together? That was cute.
Yeah, did we mention when the Pokemon all said hello to Teddy Ursa and they all went over to him and Teddy Ursa was like, hello, waving his hands?
No, but that's adorable.
That is very cute.
So cute.
If you're telling the truth about that happening, that's adorable.
I am.
Okay.
Lion Geese strikes again.
Added an extra syllable to the word am as well.
Yum.
That's how serious I am about it.
Wow.
That's how serious she am about it.
That's so serious, Geese.
But I would give it like a 9 out of 10.
Ooh, nice. What's Taylor's review of the week?
Now, this was an interesting change of pace, but I'm giving this very interesting change of pace. They did everything. The only issue I have with this episode at all is 1, very abrupt ending, but that's kind of funny. 2, they're still not talking about Sandwich.
Yeah.
Outside of them keeping her secret. them keeping her secret. Them keeping her secret.
Guys, I think we actually made significant progress because now an adult is aware of the situation, and you all know Murdoch. He's the town gossip. He's gonna let the other adults know.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm surprised you didn't tell Katie about it.
Why aren't they doing anything, though?
Such a good question. They are all in cahoots, more or less.
Cahoots. What was Taylor's score of the week? Did I miss it?
Gonna give this like a 9-3.
Ooh.
Because they did so much. Like, it had a fun fight, like the creative use of things. The fight had a goal. It involved training. Liko made progress with her emotions. It was just real solid. And it's not like it's my favorite episode, but I can't point to anything wrong with it.
Very sick episode. Very exciting. Well, we all like it, so we recommend you watch it.
What was your score?
I said 9.3 and you Caleb'd it.
You did not say 9.3.
Roll back the tapes.
Don't roll back the tapes.
I remember.
You don't need to check it.
Why would you? Taylor's got to get to a big fancy barbecue, so let's go and move on to the wrap-up. Geese, take it away.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. You can follow us on social media at Look, Listen, Cast on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
That face was perfect. The only thing you could have done better is grabbed your microphone.
Yeah.
Thank you to Keith Squared for our artwork. You can find him at twitch.tv/Keith Squared.
I love how her adding Squared really threw Taylor off enough and to send him into hysterics.
You have no idea how much that confused me. Because when you said Keith Squared and you said artwork afterwards, my brain didn't recognize artwork as a word. It was like you mixed those up and you meant square work.
Thank you to Keith for our outforms. You can follow him on twitch.fifi.keith. Shouts out to Professor Ticklebits for the website.
Taylor Plate.
And thank you to our supporters. You can support us by going to looklistencast.com or clicking the link on the little podcast services. Please recommend this podcast to your friends. You can also grandmas and nephews. There's not even one swear word, so you do have nothing to worry about.
There really aren't. You can roll back the footage.
Roll back the tape. Please send your questions each week to looklistencast@gmail.com because I was stern about it last week. RDFine wrote in. This week, with the subject line, Spinning the Hits, RDFine writes, what is one record/album that hit all the right notes? Got him. With you all the way through, and now you can listen to it anytime, and it just doesn't get old. DJ RDFine with the lightning bolts.
First off, big shout out to RDFine. Holding it down. Him and Driving D-Van, RDFine, me, Driving D-Van, raiding all the time.
The Raid Boys.
And I can't think of a single album where I've liked every track. In my whole life. I can't.
I can't think of one album I've ever liked.
There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing.
Oh my God, crazy. RDFine writes this great question. You don't have any.
It's a very good question, but I'd actually be surprised to hear what y'all are going to say.
You don't like Alive 2007 by Daft Punk. You think
I do, but not. There are still tracks that I skip.
Wow. Geese, can you please answer the question?
Easy answer, guys.
If you say Carly Rae Jepsen's Emotion, I'm going to lose my mind.
That is exactly what I'm going to say.
All right.
Every single track all the way through, start to finish, no skips? No skips,
Yes.
Geese.
She said
no
yes.
skips.
No skips.
Wow.
It's a great album.
Great album. Geese loves it. Never gets old for her. I'm always changing what albums I listen to as the thing, so it's kind of a difficult to answer question. That first Vampire Weekend album, that was a banger.
Oh, that is a good one.
So many good songs.
I listened to them recently because I'm trying to build up my YouTube music playlist since I switched from Spotify. And Vampire Weekend came on. Still, to this day, I have the exact same issue that I did when they were really popular, or really coming up at least. I don't feel rich enough. I'm not a yachter. I don't go yachting.
Yeah.
It's still good music. It's clearly intended for East Coast trust fund kids, but that's fine. It still sounds, the music's great. His new album, I say his because some of the members aren't there anymore, but Ezra Koenig is still writing music.
Sick name.
It is a sick name. Very rich name as well. But yeah, Only
Married
God
to
Above
Rashida
Us.
Jones.
What was that?
Married to Rashida Jones.
Is that accurate as of today?
Really?
Well,
May 14th.
I know they are together. I don't know if they're married. I know they're together and they have a child.
Rashida Jones, first
Taylor's
of all,
Woman of the Year.
very, Woman of the Year for at least 2 years consecutively.
Taylor hates Pam from The Office, and I love Pam from The Office, and he's just big Rashida Jones head.
I mean, who isn't a Rashida Jones fan? But second, she was a better match for Jim.
Yeah, no. I agree.
Thank you, Geese.
No, it's fine.
She was in the show Silo in a very weird capacity, which was a very weird show. Gonna watch season 2 if it comes out. Shout outs to Rebecca Ferguson, who's just every role she's in. Her. I'm like, you're holding this whole boat up. Way to go, she's Rebecca amazing. Ferguson.
But RDFine. I mean, I can't ignore Mother. So Touch Up and Oh My Heart. I think, yeah, you're good the whole way through. You're not skipping anything off of those. You go to the album anniversary tour to listen to every song in a row. Come on now, all absolute bangers.
The weird thing is, like, I'm thinking of compilation albums, like greatest hits of whatever band, and even those, I don't like all of them.
Wow, crazy.
It's because I think my big thing is I don't like music. It takes a lot for me to like slow music, and when there's that kind of tempo in between fast, high energy and real slow emotional, that awkward middle area, I also don't really care for that.
Also, Kate Bush's third and fourth albums, I would say, very, very good album.
She also got a Woman of the Year from me.
Are you kidding me? Never Forever, Are You Out of Your Mind? Such good albums.
I respect Kate Bush so much because she clearly could have been like a pop star, and instead she just made very interesting music. That's so sick.
So sick.
Thank you for your question, RDFine. Please write in again. Now it is time for us to say goodbye. Geese is going to say it 4 times. I'll say it once, at least.
I'll say it twice.
Taylor will say it twice.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Hopefully next week's a fun episode.
Bye.
Don't like Roy.
Goodbye.
He's our boy.
Bye.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Pete. Thank you for listening to the Geese Pete Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.